Micah Frankel for CageMinds.com, here with Hunter Tucker. Legacy FC, what number is this now?
24, I believe.
24. We're 6 days away from the event. How's camp been? How are you feeling?
I feel great, man. Just winding up the last couple hard days. I think this has been my best camp yet, man, and I don't say that lightly, so I'm ready to go.
It's been about 5 to 6 months now since your last fight.
Yep.
How do you feel you've progressed? What areas have you really wanted to focus on?
Yeah, I feel great, man. Ever since I got healthy after my last fight, I've been training and looking forward to my next one. And yeah, there's some stuff I had to improve on, obviously, off my last fight, and I feel like I've done that and beyond. So yeah, I'm taking a negative and turning it into a positive.
The armbar loss to Kevin Aguilar.
Yeah.
You look back on that, what were things that right away you noticed from the fight that you were disappointed with, like right away?
Well, obviously, defending my arm, man. I left my arm out there, and before that fight, I never thought that I would get caught in something where I'd have to tap out on something like that. But so my plan to that date was just get in and yank out of it, and that's not exactly the most technical thing. So I've gotten with Gracie Baja and Barata and these guys in Albuquerque, and just really tightened up my grappling game. You know, that was one of my bases starting out, and just got back into it. It really ignited my passion for grappling again, you know.
So now coming out of the loss, where is your focus at for this fight with Douglas Frey?
You know, I've really put all the work in, man, and my focus is to go in there, have fun, and get a W. That's it. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. Douglas is a great opponent, a tough dude, true veteran of the game, and that's what I want, man. I don't want to take a step back. I want to fight tough dudes and build my way back up to that, you know, getting on that legacy title picture.
Douglas, a really tough dude. He's fought your teammate, Eric Perez. There's a ton of former Ultimate Fighter, tough cast members, veterans up and down his record, even though he's got a 50% on his wins. What do you think the most dangerous thing he brings to the fight is? Is it that experience?
I believe so. I believe it's his experience. You know, he's crafty. He's a veteran. He's comfortable in there, and he finds a way to be effective. So I'm going to go in there and do my thing, impose my will, and not let him do what he wants to do.
What's one of the factors that's going to lead to you being able to then pressure and put your game plan on? Are you going to try to come in, and is it a move forward? Is it bounce off the angles? What are some key points we should look for without giving away too much of your game plan?
Yeah, it depends how he comes out. You know, I'm a big believer in going off my instincts, you know, keeping kind of an empty mind and just taking what he gives me. I'm a pressure fighter, and I plan on keeping that pressure on as long as it takes, you know, and I want to put him away, whether it's the first, the second, or the third.
Coming off the loss, do you feel you got away from some of that stuff you did? Backing up, getting caught a couple times?
I feel like what I did was I started depending on what I did really well. You know, my kickboxing got great, my wrestling got great, my chokes were great, but I was neglecting parts of the grappling game that you can't afford to neglect at that level, you know. So it woke me up to that realization, and I've acted accordingly. So I feel like I've really tightened that up.
So like we said, it's been about 5-6 months since we saw you last fight. You've been working with the Gracie Baja. How long after the loss did you right away grappling and you started doing something about it?
Well, as soon as my arm healed up, you know, I actually the next day I went to Vegas to watch my buddy Bubba fight in Las Vegas, and I saw Barata there. I said, Barata, man, you know, if you'll take me, I'm going to come in there, and you know, I really want to dive in that jiu-jitsu game again. And so I saw him that next day. He said he'd be happy to have me, and we've been just rolling ever since, man. And I really appreciate those guys, man. It's meant a lot to me.
And then with doing that, how has it then also taking that extra class? You said you added that in, so how has that also rounded out to everything you're doing conditionally, and also then at Jackson's and with your striking and everything? How has that added up now?
You know, I'm training harder and smarter at the same time. So I've added. I've been going to Elevate, where Carlos and John Jones and those guys are going, and you know, I just really had a rounded approach, and it's just lit my fire. If anything, man, it reminded me why I'm doing it. I had to take a step back and just figure out what's really important to me, and putting everything in this is. It means everything to me, man. So I think that's going to show October 11th.
Coming off of the loss, was there any time for disappointment or those feelings? Or it sounds like you're so focused then that it was...
Yeah, you know, I was focused and everything, but man, I hate losing. That sucks, you know, and I never want it to happen again. So I'm gonna do everything possible to make sure it doesn't. And you know, it really taught me a lot about myself, man. I thought maybe, you know, that would get me down, and it did for a second, but it showed me, you know, really what I'm made of.
How much is that then a positive? You got tested, you've been knocked down, you're getting back up, it's more motivating.
Yeah, I mean, this is MMA. I don't know many guys that haven't taken a loss aside from John Jones, and John Jones just had a really tough fight. So, I mean, nobody's invincible. You just got to do the absolute best you can to prepare and then fight your heart out, man. That's what I plan on doing.
Like we said, for that fight, it was your first fight back in Texas in a while. Did that play any factor into it, any
Not
distraction?
really. I fought for Bellator about 30 minutes up the street from there, like 2 months before that, so that wasn't really a factor for me. You know, I love fighting back home, and it's cool to, you know, be with my family and friends, so I'm looking forward to doing that again.
And then, is this the same venue for Legacy
Yeah,
again?
exact same venue, Allen Event Center, so I'm going to go there with redemption on my mind, man, and I'm looking forward to it.
And then second time fighting with Legacy. You said you got title aspirations in your mind. So how's it going with the promotion? How are you liking working with them?
It's been great. I really appreciate them having me. Mick and Colin Cantrell, you know, the matchmaker, they've treated me well. You know, it's a great organization. It's an honor to fight for them.
Also with that, you talked about the title. The man you lost to, Aguilar, and another man you know very well, Leonard Garcia. They're going to battle for the featherweight title. What do you think about that fight? Want to get your opinion, two guys you know very well.
Yeah, two guys that I've had experience with, and both great fighters. You know, I knew going into the fight with Aguilar that it could easily be, you know, a UFC level fight. You know, that's how I feel about him. He's a great opponent, and Leonard obviously has fought on that level for a long time, and I think that's going to be a barn burner, man. Leonard is improving his game daily. And I feel like, you know, I'm obviously rooting for my teammate, you know. I love Leonard to death, and we've had plenty of wars in the gym, you know, so I'll be rooting for him, and I'm looking forward to watching that fight, man.
Any other message that you wanted to send out?
Just appreciate everybody's supporting, man. You know, I love all you guys, and yeah, just appreciate everything, man.
Legacy FC 24, October 11th. The main card, unfortunately, Hunter's not going to be a part of. Will be on Access TV to watch that. Thank you for the time. Best of luck, sir. Any people you need to thank?
Yeah, just my sponsors, man, my coaches. This has been the best camp ever, and you know, I just appreciate everything and all the people around me, man. It's a blessing. About the TV thing, you know, I'm going to make a statement, and hopefully they'll want me on TV next time.
Can't wait to see that.
Thanks, guys.